Hey guys, this is Apoorva Dawalbhakta. I'm working in Quadrant Knowledge Solutions for upward of 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years, I would say. And today I'm going to share some wonderful experiences about how I joined, my perception about where I was previously, and where I am right now, right? So what happened was, it was during the peak of the lockdown that I happened to stumble upon Quadrant's branding and their postings about an analyst profile. I have to admit that I had worked in market research previously, but I was still skeptical because it was a different domain for me altogether. I had operated in different spaces like the automotive sector, the aerospace sector, and other sectors. When I applied, the moment I applied, I think it was a very, very lucid and a very continual experience for me. It was a very warm experience for me. Piyush and Ritika and Divya, they first interviewed me and it felt like home for me, right? I mean, many of you might experience this, but the interview felt like a complete conversation, and it was as if I was just sharing my journey with them until now, and in return they were sharing their vision with me, right? And it felt kind of a deep connect, and that is how I joined Quadrant in the middle of the pandemic, just post the first lockdown, I believe. And the astounding thing about Quadrant that I notice is that year on year, this company has grown almost or more than 100% in terms of the employee strength. Obviously, I knew that Quadrant represents a very strong and a very robust brand, which is genuinely trying to compete with some of the biggest market players out there, and which does compete with them, including Gartner, Forrester, IDC, and to name others of very few. But the magnitude of what we were about to build, it took me some time, because rarely do you stumble upon people or the management who have such crystal clear clarity about where the organization is standing right now, where they're wanting to head, and the kind of steps or the kind of actions that need to be undertaken. I think the training period or the incubation period was a really smooth task, or really smooth journey. Every day was filled with excitement, with a number of challenges, but we also had a wonderful support in the form of a great team like Piyush, Ritika, Divya, Maria, and all the other co-workers. And as new problem presented itself every day, so did our confidence in building the solutions as well, I would say, right? And within a couple of months, it felt like I already was working with Quadrant for multiple months, or probably a year or more. Then ushered 2021, and to my personal utter surprise, the company decided to relocate to one of the most prestigious locations out there in the Pune city of Maharashtra, India, which was the World Trade Center, right? Now, this is the same World Trade Center brand that is present globally from New York to the other places of the world, right? And it was a very emotional and a very powerful feeling for all of us. We felt truly empowered, and to carry out such a shift of such a magnitude, one would realize that it requires a lot of dedication, but it also requires a lot of belief in your own vision, right? So we were super excited for the transition, and days passed by, the second lockdown happened, but it didn't matter, right? Because every month we were learning something new. Every month our focus towards the things that we wanted to execute, that increased. Our report quality, that increased. We were getting new and wonderful resources in the team. I personally got to explore a lot of other angles in the corporate world, not just as an analyst. I mean, the learnings for an analyst are endless in Quadrant. But not to mention, I started getting a wonderful set of people within my team. My team expanded, and soon enough, I think these guys also became truly capable. They were also freshers, right? But because the open culture, the open work environment, the hierarchy-less structure that Quadrant emphasizes on, I think each one of them got groomed to a genuinely great extent. Each one of them brought their own strengths, their own weaknesses, but we all focused on enhancing their strengths and working around their weaknesses. Almost a year passed by in Quadrant, and I felt like it was more than 3 to 5 years, right? And before we could realize it, another wonderful step happened for Quadrant. We moved into a bigger space, and again that became less for us. What I'm trying to say here is every quarter we were expanding, we are expanding obviously, and our resource strength was increasing. We did not only focus now on our proprietary tool, which is the Spark Matrix, but we also started focusing heavily on other content areas and subscription areas, consultancy services. Every week, every month, every quarter was filled with a plethora of meetings, strategies, vision and roadmap meetings and whatnot. Obviously, in any growing organization, not every vision, not every strategy does materialize, but the failures are which taught us more and are teaching us more. And as a blessing to the belief that we have in the vision and with the growing team size, I'm so happy to say that the moment that we are recording this video, as of now, we are fully ready to move or relocate to another wonderful and probably the best, the cream de leam location in Pune city, which is the Eon IT Park. This journey clearly states the kind of journey that Quadrant has been having, and our proprietary tool, that is the Spark Matrix, which I mentioned some time ago. It is considered to be, it is a universal brand. We are getting recognized by some of the biggest industry players, including IBM, Oracle, Abby, NICE, and oh my God, the list is endless. These guys are not only recognizing us and licensing our reports for who we are, but they are also engaging with us for different and plethora of offerings, including webinars, curated blogs, proprietary blogs, curated market insight reports, analyst consultancy services, analyst billable hours, and whatnot. The team of analysts that I mentioned, which joined us in sometime in the Q2 of 2021, guess what? Now these guys are representing their domains and their brands, or the brand of Quadrant, out to the leaders. And the leaders I'm talking about is IBM, Oracle. Imagine the transition these guys have had in less than 1.5 years. They are considered to be respectable names, respectable analysts, senior analysts with a profound domain knowledge and knowledge base attached to themselves, right? This is the kind of growth that we are talking about in Quadrant. On a personal level, I started out as a subject matter expert at Quadrant. Came in as an automotive and aerospace expert, developed my domain and expertise in data analytics and AI, started handling a team. I currently have a team of between 15 to 20 analysts attached to me, working with me. And yeah, I mean, the journey, that the personal journey that I have had is a phenomenal one here. I mean, I bring along with me a vast previous experience, upward of 10 years in the corporate industry, but never ever in my life have I been exposed to a variety of offerings, a variety of KPIs. And in a nutshell, Quadrant has provided me what? So Quadrant has provided me the confidence, stating that anything that I am thrusted upon or entrusted upon, or any responsibility that I have been provided with, the confidence that I have now is immense. It's almost 200 to 500% more than what I had previously. And if a person or if an employee has the confidence of that stature, I think sky is the limit, not just for me, but for any employee that is current and who would be willing to join Quadrant. So on that note, I think enough is said from my part. Still a lot, I can go on and on about it, but because of scarcity of time, I think I'll take your leave and do follow Quadrant on different social media handles, including LinkedIn, YouTube, and a plethora of others as well. Stay connected, and you'll find out more about us. Thank you.